What's up? It's D'Angelo. Come check me out at the hang. We hanging out, alright? Right here. We recorded the whole album at Electric Ladyland, Jimi Hendrix's home and studio. And when we went there, we really got into the whole, vibe of that place and Jimmy. And I believe the spirits were there, like helping us and guiding us, do what we did. And certain bands, they would get into the studio, after they came off the road, and when the band was doing good on the road, that's when they went into the studio and recorded. And, if you messed up in the studio, you just messed up. It was just on the record like that, and like somehow that just puts the musicians on a different edge and on they play differently, you have different energy in the studio, and it comes across when you listen to the music, And, that was one of the things we wanted to get across, and that was one of the things we wanted to do. Like, keeping a mistake or keeping a noise that might, technically, in production you might want to take out. I don't know, just as a vibe, what I'm saying? That was the most important thing to me, was keeping the vibe. The main goal and the main object is to come out with an outcome that feels like we didn't use all this technology, or, we did it back in the day, So, certain techniques have to, be done for that. We mic the instruments a certain way. We mic the amps in the hallway or, in the bathroom to get a certain sound from the bass, And, we was thinking about that a lot, just in terms of how it was going to sound, We didn't want it crisp or clean sounding. We wanted dirty, When he died, I remember that whole day and everything that happened. I remember, us going over to my cousin's house. We just came from church, and we went to my cousin's house, and, it was April Fool's Day, and they told me that he had got shot, and I didn't believe him. I thought it was a joke. And I saw it on TV, and, that night, that's when it started, really. And, I had him for about, like, these dreams for, like, a couple of years, to the point where I think I had to go see someone, to discuss them, Like, why am I having these dreams? What do they mean? And, I think just coming to a realization of what my life turned out to be and everything, and learning about his life and what he went through as an artist, I don't know. I kind of take it as to mean to pay attention, pay attention to what he went through, and I guess the, mistakes he made or whatever, so I don't make the same ones. We was in the studio jamming on stuff that we love, as childhoods, things that, that makes us reminisce about back in the day, and things that we love, what's your favorite song, who your favorite artist, James Brown, Sly Stone, George Clinton, backtracking and just basically having fun, doing the music that we want to hear, the music that we love.
The Grammy-winning R&B soul singer D'Angelo is dead from pancreatic cancer. According to the reports, the brown sugar singer-songwriter died on Tuesday morning in New York City, according to sources connected to his family and his former manager, that is Kedar Massenberg. While D'Angelo had not been seen public, and of course, he had not been public about his health issues. According to reports, he had been going through treatment for several months. D'Angelo was a singular talent who collaborated with the likes of Jay-Z, Snoop Dogg, and Q-Tip after bursting onto the scene. That was in the 90s, in around 1995, with his solo debut album, Brown Sugar. He won 4 Grammys, including Best R&B Album for Voodoo in 2001 and Black Messiah in 2016. He also won the Best R&B Song in 2016 for Ready Love and Best Male R&B Vocal performance for Untitled, How Does It Feel? Even before the Grammy win, How Does It Feel left an indelible imprint on music and the minds of schoolgirls everywhere for its iconic video, which featured the singer alone against a blank black background, appearing to be fully unclothed. Last year, Raphael Sadiq told Rolling Stone Music Show podcast that D'Angelo was working on releasing a new album, saying that he was really very excited and he was working on 6 pieces right about now and he seems super excited. That was what Raphael Sadiq said at the time. The singer is survived by 2 sons and a daughter, and of course their mother. His first son was singer Angie Stone, who passed away tragically, I think this year in a car incident. We heard an interview of him, talking about music. He was really very much talented, and of course, there was an issue during Angie Stone when he did not come out, to publicly feature on the funeral, and so many people criticized him. But I think he was going through some health-related issues. We are sending our prayers and deepest sympathies to the whole family, friends, the fans, and everyone who knew and loved D'Angelo. Rest in power, King.